Good afternoon, everyone. Long time no see. It's 2:30 a.m. today. Can't sleep, and I nearly finished my design with the OMAP I'm actually been working on. It's been really busy. Myself, my family, my time, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, let's just not get into there. Today's video is something I came across when I was working with EasyEDA, which is the tool I actually use to design my OMAP board, and I just wanted to walk you through it. The problem is when you have there's certain condition when you do it causes the 3D to actually no longer work, and I'm just gonna quickly touch on that. So I'm just going to change my screen to the other system. So this is EasyEDA. I don't know if you guys have seen it. EasyEDA is a tool I actually use to design my my board. So basically, I've got an OMAP design. So I've got the in pages. So I've got the power design, the OMAP, the memory, and whatnot. And so anyway, the issue I have is when you switch to the you go to the PCB and just waiting for that to load. There we go. So this is my OMAP design, and you can probably see there's a lot of things going on there, but obviously that's not all the layers switched on. The main thing is if I go into view and 2D view, that works fine. So if I show you that here, and obviously you can see the board. So you got all the connections, you got the the interfaces, the OMAP itself, and all the other stuff that goes along with it. This is all fine. However, the problem I'm trying to make the video on this today is when you go back into the thing, because I arranged my window the other way around. That doesn't matter. When I go back into the design and then go into view, 3D view, that's where the problem happens. This is what happens. So trying to load up, trying to do its thing, and that's what happens. Blank screen. You don't know what's going on. You can't tell what's happening. Right click doesn't do anything. The options in here, pretty much the only option you have left is to close EasyEDA. So close the window. Nothing really here, all kind of useless options. View, toggle full screen, window, move and resize, full screen tile. None of that stuff worked. I clicked all of that stuff before, and it's just that, the only way to do it is just to close this and then reopen again. And by the way, I'm talking about the EasyEDA tool, not the EasyEDA web. And if I show you my design on here, if I go back into the same thing, and go into EasyEDA web, and I go to the designer, standard edition, I look at the same thing here, there, load that up. You can see this is probably the same. Waiting for that to load. Should come up soon. Yeah, there we go. So this is the web version of it, not the tool itself. And if I click on 3D view, notice that board's actually coming up nicely. So it's loading up. There we go. So this is the whole thing coming up. The board is, all good in web. But in the tool itself, just closing the web now. Closing the whole web, go back into the tool, which I think we loaded up there. Here we go. And open up the same one. It doesn't work. So get the blank screen again. Now, you might think, what is going on? And obviously, if you are seeing this video, you probably are having the same problem. What to find, or how to find the problem, what I have done, and this is to help you pinpointing to the problem you having yourself, is copy the thing. So you got the test board in here. Just right click, clone it. You clone to a new thing, a new board, and then you save it. So I just saved it to this thing called 3D blank problem here, and then you open it. Now, why we do that? Because it'll give you the option to kind of delete half of the stuff you have, and then retry again. So what I'm going to do now, do exactly that. So I'm just going to delete. I know what the problem is, but I just wanted to share with you exactly what's happening. It's just a bit of a sluggish interface, just waiting for that. So let's go there and delete until here, for example, right? So select all that stuff and then delete. So now view, 3D view. Notice, there we go. I've got something coming up. Obviously, it's not the same board, but it's kind of picking up now, so that's good. So we know, we're kind of there. But this is when the trial and error happens. Obviously, now it works fine. You don't need to save it. You can just go into undo what you did, and then retry again. Now, just to save you time, I'm not going to go into deleting and I can delete half of what I just deleted and then keep trying again. What I discovered, and this is the problem, the solution now, it's actually not the components that's causing the problem, but rather the text. And this is where I was actually quite baffled. I wasn't even expecting it. So I'll explain what's happening in here. So if I go into one of my header pins, and what I was doing in the past, just going to zoom onto that now. Yeah, there we go. You can see the header pin. So I've got, I actually have a text on each header pin there of the OMAP signals. So, and each one of those is actually a text object. The problem is the amount of text I have on here, and this is what causing the problem, or text objects, I would say. So if I go into the silk layer, it's just going to remove the disable the other layers. We'll just delete 3 rows at this time. Just going to disable these layers. I don't want to see them. You disable them because when you select, you don't want them to be deleted along. Yeah, there we go. So let's get the selection box out. Perfect. Now we're going to do 1. Let's do the same one, 2, and 3. So now we picked up 3 text objects, only text, we didn't do anything else. And now we go into 3D view. So you see the problem now. Now we have the thing without the 3 text, but all the objects, all the MIDI, the audio in, the audio out, everything is there. The USBs, the power, the whole thing, and the OMAP itself, the memory, the flash, the whole thing is there. It's just I've deleted 1, 2, and 3. So these things are 60. So I've got 1 each on here. That's 20, 20, 20. That's 60 text objects altogether. So I don't know if EasyEDA has a limit on the text to display, but it clearly is a problem. And maybe someone can benefit from that. Hopefully EasyEDA might look into the video and think, yeah, there's a limit somewhere they can actually increase or do an update to the app. But anyway, this is the problem. The solution, obviously, we want to number these up. So rather than creating an object each in here, text object, There's another way I thought it's more convenient, and what happens in that case, I will create one text object for the whole batch. So I'm just going to click text in here and waiting for that to load. Shouldn't take long. Yeah, there we go. So that's my text object. I'm going to press space to rotate it, and I'm going to just put the text here for now, right? Okay, so now we select the text, and EasyEDA, the nice thing about it now, it does have the text object like C. You can see that text is quite big. Obviously, we need that a little smaller. So first of all, if I would to edit the text, before I edit the text, I'll go to line width. We can change that down to say point. This is how you know how bold it is. So 0.3, for example, will become even bolder. 0.1, obviously, that's entirely up to you. So 0.2, keep it default, that's fine. This guy is the height. I know it's a bit confusing when you look into this. People would, I used to do, look into font family and then change that to small, and you get that. But that's not small enough. So I'll go back to default and then change that this way. So I'll go to this 2 and make it into 1. And here we go. So that text now became smaller and nicer to work with. So if I just bring that up here, and just going to increase that a little bit more, so just going to do 1.6 or 1.5 maybe. Yeah, that's fine. So if I say in here, edit the text, and this is what I meant by is a C style. So what you do to have it multi-lines is you could, just waiting for that to open up. Yeah, here we go. So I go 1, and then /n is a new line, then 2, /n, new line 3, /n 4, /n 5, and so on. So now we have, as you can see, we've just created one object with all the things inside, you know, using multi-line. So now let's just align this one with this box in here. Now the others not really aligned yet. So to do that, just increase us to probably 1.55. You can see that actually is coming down. So that 5 is actually, you know, aligned with this. 1, 2 is aligned with this. You can carry on this way. So that's basically how you kind of overcome this view. So if I go back into there, so let me just come back to the same problem. So we're just going to describe these ports. So if I go into here and then /n, sorry, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19, I think, and 20. Here we go. So now you can see we have 20 pins. So that 20 is actually a little off. So obviously we're going to adjust that again. So 1.53 maybe, or 1.52. And that looks good, doesn't it? So that's perfectly fine. And now I'm going to copy that object into another one. Obviously you can edit that later on, and then between the +/n's you can add whatever you want to do. So now this is the second one, just going to place that here. And the third one, same thing, place that there. There we go. So now I'm going to 3D view the thing, and we'll take it from there. There we go. So now we have everything working neat, and it just does the whole thing, you know, the way we want it. So all looks all good. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for this problem. Hopefully it will help you to solve the blank screen 3D view problem of EasyEDA. So I hope that kind of helped you. Now, a little bit on what I'm doing at the moment. I kind of nearly finished my design and about to do submission soon, hopefully. So the test board I'm actually working on is coming up hopefully soon, which will give you a lot to, well, it will help a lot to make their own music instrument, hopefully. So we'll it'll be a nice surprise. So let's just wait for that, and then hopefully within not too long from now, just will need to print it out, do the components, and then do testing, find out. Obviously there might be some cycle of bug fixing and stuff like that, and then reprinting, things like that. It's not going to be cheap for me to make, but this is something I wanted to do for a very long time, and now's the time. So thanks for watching and have a nice day. Talk to you soon.